You'll never have that kind of relationship in a world where you're always afraid to take the first step. Because all you see is every negative thing 10 miles down the road.
You gonna take the professor's side on this?
Don't give me a line of shit, no.
Look, I didn't want the job.
It's not about the job. I don't care if you work for the government. But you can do anything you want. You are bound by nothing. What are you passionate about?
The greatest war is between oneself. That's the greatest battlefield ever. Once you master yourself, you can master the universe. Like, it takes everything out. It takes the ego out, like being bone cold, honest with yourself. It takes all the superficial shit out of the equation. Like, I can't look at nobody and judge their situation or their circumstances because they only a face of the situation or the circumstance that they was in. Because most people live in survival mode anyway. No matter what we say, we live in survival mode, even socially. So I'm so busy like trying to make myself be better. Man, a beautiful thing, somebody could tell me, it's gonna sound like a bad thing, but it's really a beautiful thing. I have body dysmorphia. So you could tell me I look good, but I remember being 300 pounds, and I could probably say I never had surgery or anything. I put in the work. And with that work, it comes with discipline. Like all of my friends that had what you call that, surgery, they back fat. They back fat because they didn't acquire the discipline. But I could say that proudly, like I'm always working on myself.
Nothing that could talk to something that's in high school and to think that like, man, I'm watching my mama age and I gotta watch it from a distance now because I chose so many different things as far as different things I wanted to invest my time in, bro. I didn't realize how quick life goes by, and that's what I mean about time matters, bro. Like, my mama's aging every day, bro, so shit like that be important to me, bro. Like, I gotta go spend time with my mama. I gotta go spend time with my family. Like, bro, my grandma and my mama got heart problems and shit like that, bro. Like, time is not something that's really on our hands, and I think one of the biggest things that I didn't know I was gonna have to sacrifice when I got into the position of being like a breadwinner or being a person that makes money, I didn't know I was gonna have to give up a lot of shit that came to just like being around family and just having time to myself. So it's a big thing I sacrifice, and it's a big thing sometimes I miss. I try to definitely spend more time with my family now that I'm aware of like what bothers me, and I have more control over my situation now, and I have more control over my time and my money. But I could be honest, it was a time when I let money consume me so much, and I let my internet lifestyle and all these different things consume me so much, I forgot about the people that matter and the people that came up with me and the things that started with me. And that's one of the biggest things I really try to keep in my head, bro, is stick with who you started with. So even when you get big, you get to all these different places you want to go, and you get all these different things you want to like. Don't forget about the people and the things that matter, bro. Always go back to check on your peoples. Always go back to check on your family. Make sure you keep up with your friends and stuff like that. The ones that are real friends, and beyond that, bro, like I said, you got plenty of time for business, but don't forget about having a life.
Stay focused. It's time to decide, fuck clubs, fuck partying, fuck trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing? Like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying. Because I'm trying to get it. Let me tell you something, homie. These women ain't going nowhere. These clubs, these parties, all this shit ain't going nowhere. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your shit, molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly.
And achieve your fullest potential. So many people limit themselves based off of what somebody else has told them they are, based off of the limitations of their parents, their teachers, their education, the system. But you can truly become whoever you want to be. And I wanted to push this message of hope, and I wanted to push this message of if you work hard, if you are consistent, and if you dedicate yourself to a worthy ideal, you can become whoever you want.
When you dominate a field for a long time, bro, or like you dominate and it's good, and you're having like a good run, and it's a good run, no matter what you do, whether you play basketball, chat, whether you stream, whether you a good ass doctor, if you're the best doctor in that hospital, there's a doctor there that want to be better than you, that don't want to see you up there, gang. You're getting promoted at your job. It's a co-worker at your job that's like, damn, why does nigga keep getting promoted? Because he's doing good. So I feel like when you too good at something for a long time, or a lot of good things keep happening, like it's just bound for like people gonna try you, but it comes down to, are you gonna let them people try you or not, bro?
We fill every second of our day with things to do, to keep busy, so that we feel productive. And you see plenty of videos online and gurus, 10 things to do to make your day more productive. Read this book now. This book, helped me become 100 times more productive. Do this now. We do it. Personally, I did it to make us feel like we're not lost, or we're not falling behind of our colleagues or our neighbors or our family or whoever that is around us. People that you don't even know, never met on Instagram, on YouTube.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
You're going to need to push yourself. You're always going to need to parent yourself. So what is the net advice on this? What is the bottom line? The bottom line is no one's coming. No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you. And because you're only ever going to do the things that you feel like doing right now or that feel good right now, unless you understand that you've got to parent yourself, you got to push yourself, you're not going to make your dreams come true.
Now, don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
There's 1,000 other guys waiting in the wings who are obsessed with this game. Obsession's gonna be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed?
Everybody around me told me that I was no one and I couldn't do it, and I had to really work on meditation and bringing up my self-esteem for the first time, like to beat Stephen Bonner. Mauricio Shogun, beating Shogun, taught me that I could be great. Kid from a small town, never good at anything. I became a champion.
Every morning it starts with a run. And that's because that's the one thing I hate to do more than anything in the world. So that's like my cup of coffee. And I'm all about armoring yourself. So the second you leave your house, and the second you open your phone, the second you do any of that, you are now letting in poison and cancer. So I make sure a lot of things you can't avoid. So as I get up, I start to armor plate my mind and body. Like a person's going to war, you put your body armor on. That's what I'm doing on that run. I'm waking up and I'm giving myself all this armor. So when I come out in the world, look at that phone, I'm ready. I'm not waking up late. I'm not rushing around. I'm not disorganized because I know I'm gonna get hit in the mouth. There's an art to getting hit in the mouth. And that is why these things are important. You have to wake up and you have to give yourself belief. You have to give yourself confidence. It starts with that run.
Life. And right as we start,
You're questioning what you know is right, which has gotten you to the place that you are currently at. You're questioning what you know, not trusting what I know. And I think that's really, really key right there, because we get caught up in our lives so much that we believe everything we're doing is the right thing. And we never step outside the bounds to really see the neighbor's grass, from the other side, to see which is greener. We were just stuck in our own environment so much that we start to think that this is the universe. The universe is this. It's not until you lose that biased nature that we all have and open up your opinion to what else could be, that you can see what is right, like I was saying before. And maybe what you're doing is right. Or maybe it's almost there and it's just altered a little bit, right? A fight, you're gonna drown right there. It's never gonna be successful. Think of that, guys. When you guys are saying you're doing everything right and you're giving it your all, come on. Your all's a lot more than you know. You got more inside of you to give. Stop selling yourself so short.
About the young people, the future, and individually, collectively do the best we can to try and turn this thing around. I blame no one. I look in the mirror. On the other side of it, what an opportunity we have, because tomorrow's the first day of the rest of our lives. So what an opportunity we have to practice.
The old saying is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. He said, well, if you bleed it out enough and you starve it and you leave it in the sun and you put the water right in front of its mouth, he said, I can veritably guarantee that I can make it drink. And so if you were to think about yourself as that horse, then it's like, okay, well, what is the equivalent of the bloodletting, the dehydration, the starving that you can put yourself into to get the behavior you want? So starving has a negative connotation, but we can also starve out the negative things in your life. Like you can starve the alcohol, you can starve the porn, you can starve the friends. And I think the easiest way to do that is to get out of the environment you're in.
And that's the same thing with you. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, look, I can't blame nobody but me. I'm doing this and I know this is not gonna contribute to none of my success. It's not gonna contribute to the business I wanna start. It's not gonna contribute to the type of life I wanna live. So if you smoking, you drinking, or you got a problem with girls, you know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, I'm human, bro. I fall victim to the same shit. You know what I'm saying? You spending too much time with females, or you play the game too much. You eating bad, whatever. You need to start changing those things today. That's what you can control. You can control that. You can change that today. So make that decision, make that hard choice, and focus on it one day at a time. You know what I mean? Don't say, oh, for the next 90 days, I'm gonna stop drinking, or for the next 90 days, I'm gonna stop playing the game. Just take it one day at a time, You can be like, hey, all I know is today, I'm not doing none of that. Tomorrow once tomorrow is here, look at yourself in the mirror and say, look, today, I ain't smoking, I ain't going out, I ain't partying, you feel me?
The one. You are the generational curse breaker in your family, baby. You are the one that is gonna set a whole new trajectory. You already setting it. You setting a whole new path. You the trailblazer. And this is why you ain't fit in. This is why some of them relationships didn't work. This is why some of them job opportunities didn't work. This is why some of them doors were slammed in your face. This is why a lot of things failed for you. It's because you chose it. It's because you chose it. As you watching this video right here, right now, I want you to put that in the comments, baby. Say, I'm chosen. I am chosen.
I mean, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. When you get old in life, things get taken from. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing.
Say, well, I've got all these burdens in front of me because I'm young and oh my God. Or you could say, every dragon has its treasure. And that's actually a pattern of perception. You know, I'm not saying that people don't have their challenges. They certainly do. But discriminating between a challenge and an opportunity is very, very difficult. And learning to see a challenge as an opportunity, that's the beginning of wisdom.
Society tells you that you shouldn't be in a hurry. You shouldn't live urgently. Society tells you that you should learn patience. You should learn patience. Society tells you that, look, don't set your expectations too high because you'll be disappointed when you can't achieve those expectations. Society tells you that, you should be more realistic, be more reasonable with your goals. And society will tell you that you shouldn't be competitive. Like, why do you want to be competitive? Like, that's kind of harsh, right? Well, untrue. See, to you, all those things that are actual traits of successful people, you've been conditioned to think that these are traits of people who are cutthroat and harsh. But they're not. See, successful people know that they only have a finite amount of time. Successful people know that there is a window of opportunity that will present itself.
It's so good. God is so good, man. Like when you just lock into you, you put the focus on you until the focus is on you. And you stop worrying about distractions and who not with you, who not around you, who not a part of the journey. And you just lock in on the goal, on the dream, on the drive, on the journey. And you just focus on your happiness, your peace, and your success. Man, this is what can happen.
Fame and all this insanity. In the normie world, I think heartbreak is designed to teach you lessons. I think everything bad that happens to you as a man is designed to teach you lessons. I think that's why God gives them to you. You're never going to be a good man unless you've suffered. Good men have been through a lot of bad things, and you have to realize why she left or why your heart is broken so that you can change certain things and grow. This is why God puts you in jail or allows you to lose a loved one or a heartbreak or a car crash.
I mean, I just look around and I don't see nothing that troubles me in these divisions, in that UFC roster, and I'm just confident in my ability and in my mind frame. I know nobody can tell me that I move the same as any of these guys, because I don't move the same. I move differently. I move unique, and I know I move unique. Not only that, I speak unique. I act unique. I'm just different than these people. You know what I mean? So I dress unique. I dress unique, whatever. I just feel different to these, on another level, on another playing field than any of them before me. That's why I know, I have no doubt in my mind that I'm the greatest, that I will be the greatest of all time. In my head already, I am better than everybody, and I know, there's a lot of hate come from people, but I know, and I will prove. You give me time, and I will prove it to everybody. Nobody has my mindset.